The drug crisis engulfing Sierra Leone today is unlike anything the continent has faced before. In the vibrant streets of Freetown, a haunting epidemic casts a deep shadow over the lives of its youth. It is a crisis not only of addiction, but of a profound social collapse, fueled by a mysterious and devastating drug known locally as Kush. This drug has radically transformed the lives of thousands in a mere 3 years, turning once hopeful young men and women into hollow shells of their former selves, trapped in cycles of desperation and decay. Kush is not just any drug. It is a potent and deadly cocktail, a harmful blend of dried leaves, synthetic chemicals, and shockingly crushed human bones. Bones believed to be stolen from graves in the very cemeteries of Freetown. As Gallant Chronicles delves into this grim reality, the camera follows the footsteps of the addicted youth sprawled across streets and dumping grounds, their eyes vacant, their lives teetering on the brink of ruin. Here, addiction is swift and brutal. Many become hooked after just a single hit. The drug's cheap price offers a false promise of escape from harsh realities, a fleeting relief from poverty, pain, and hopelessness. But the cost is staggering: physical and mental deterioration, lost futures, fractured families, and a society teetering on the edge of chaos. The origins and composition of Kush remain shrouded in secrecy. Street dealers, themselves trapped in the trade, often know little more than the surface ingredients. However, experts and law enforcement have uncovered the chilling addition of ground human bones, a practice that is both horrifying and emblematic of the crisis' depth. These bones, dug up from desecrated graves in Freetown cemeteries, contain sulfur, which when burned and inhaled can produce psychoactive effects. This macabre ingredient not only reflects the desperation pervading the drug market, but also adds a grim layer of spiritual and cultural trauma to the epidemic. Local communities have responded with fierce resistance. Groups known as Friends of the Dead vigilantly patrol cemeteries, attempting to stem the tide of grave robbers and protect what remains of their ancestors. Yet, despite their efforts, thousands of graves have already been desecrated. Coffins lie empty and bones are missing, adding a harrowing sense of violation to a crisis already ravaging the living. Beyond the physical destruction, the epidemic carries a mental health toll that Sierra Leone struggles to bear. At the country's only mental health facility, doctors witness the staggering rise in patients suffering from Kush addiction and its devastating effects. The drug's influence extends far beyond the individual, threatening to destabilize the entire nation. With the majority of users being young people, the very demographic that should be building Sierra Leone's future as students, doctors, and engineers, the epidemic threatens to stifle progress and entrench poverty for decades to come. The personal stories emerging from the streets are grim, yet deeply human. Young men like Abu Bakr, once a hopeful musician dreaming of Grammy Awards, find themselves homeless and addicted, living among piles of rubbish in the city's outskirts. Others like Al-Haji, who aim to become a doctor, are caught in a relentless battle against their addiction, desperately seeking redemption and a path back to normalcy. These narratives reveal the heartbreak of lost potential, the shattering of dreams, and the daily struggle for survival faced by a generation pushed to the edge. Despite the dire circumstances, islands of hope exist. Volunteers, charities, and church groups provide food, shelter, and rehabilitation efforts, seeking to reclaim lives from the grip of Kush. The story of Heru, a woman recovering from addiction while caring for her 6-week-old baby born addicted to the drug, embodies the painful yet resilient spirit of those fighting to break free from Kush's deadly hold. This epidemic is a tragic testament to the interplay of poverty, social neglect, historical scars, and systemic failure. It reflects a society where economic hardship provides fertile ground for such a catastrophic drug trade to flourish. With limited job opportunities and a fragile support system, many turn to Kush as a means of temporary escape, only to fall deeper into an abyss. Gallant Chronicles sheds light on this contemporary tragedy with unflinching candor. The story of Kush in Sierra Leone is not just about the drug or addiction. It is a story about the erosion of hopes and futures, the desecration of both the dead and the living, and a society wrestling with unprecedented challenges. It is a call for urgent intervention, for compassion, and for the recognition that the solutions require not just medical treatment, but social and economic revitalization. The shadows over Freetown reveal a truth too often hidden. The trauma of the past haunts the present, but within those shadows lies the possibility for rebirth. The question remains, can Sierra Leone harness the strength and resilience of its people to combat this devastating epidemic before it claims an entire generation? For many, the road seems long, but it is a fight that must be won for the future of a nation and the dignity of its people.